3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 2 of Woonjin Star vs MBCGameHero. MBCGameHero taking an early lead. In this game, we have Pretty, aka Free, playing for Woonjin as the orange or yellow Protoss at the 7 o'clock position, and we have Jaehoon, the hapless Jaehoon, playing here for MBCGameHero at the 1 o'clock position on the map, New Bloody Ridge. Jaehoon, infamous, this is Jaehoon here, infamous for not being particularly good player, although on occasion he busts out amazing moves. Free, not really doing too well the last year or so. I mean, actually, just 1 year ago, he even made the semifinals of OSL, just to be smacked down by Flash 3-1. I think it was the first Korean Air OSL, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Zero there, Woonjin Star. I would argue Woonjin Star, but I would definitely argue Zero is Woonjin Star. People like Zero. It looks like neither player going for any sort of craziness early on. Free, however, has been around and usually performs at a high level. There's Zero. They really like showing Zero for some reason. This is before the MSL finals, so I'm not going to say anything about the MSL finals here. However, Zero, I really like his smile. That's what I'm going to say about Zero. Both players getting the exact same gateway at the exact same time. Very interesting there. Oh, not very interesting, but you know, standard stuff. They're sending out their scouting probes pretty much at the identical time. They're going to cross pass in the middle right here. But as I was saying, Free usually performs at a fairly high level, especially in Pro League, where he does quite well usually. However, I don't think he is the star. It used to be for Woonjin before this Hanabit. Free was pretty much the only good player. And I can't remember what the name of the team was before Hanabit. This is gonna bug me now. But regardless, Free's been around for a long time. He was playing well like 5 or 6 years ago. So it looks like this scouting probe here of Jaehoon's just parked itself in a corner there. Probably gonna come back and scout a bit more in a few seconds. We have a nice little mineral steal there and I don't know why they're keeping their camera on these two people for so long. Finally, the girl covers her face, but anyway. Some more probe-on-probe action here. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Oh, that probe kills the probe! Very nice work here by Jaehoon. This is what I mean. Occasionally he busts out some good moves. I think in this case it's more Free not doing very well, because you should never get a probe killed by a harassing probe like that. That's just sloppiness, really. Nevertheless, nice little hit there by Jaehoon. I was going to say something about blank-on-blank action, but that's not going to go over well with the younger audience. Anyway, it looks like probe getting chased around here by the Zealot. The second Zealot, maybe they will sandwich the probe. Oh god, why did I have to say the word sandwich? Anyway, it looks like these Zealots finally drove the probe away. Jaehoon positioning both his Zealots near his entrance to block any sort of further attempts at scouting. Free still with his probe alive, but he's not going to see too much. He's just going to see the second gateway. That Dragoon not doing a good job of catching the probe. Very nice work here by Free, keeping that probe alive. I think finally the Zealots killed the probe. Now we have additional probe coming out here for Jaehoon. Is that the same probe that got the kill? I don't remember its damage, and I didn't see the kill count, but if that's the same probe, very nice work there by Jaehoon. Not only did the hero probe kill a probe, but it survived to warping something or mine another day. Good for the probe. Here we have a robotics facility coming out for Free, but a Citadel of Dune coming out here for Jaehoon. So it looks like Jaehoon might be going for a Templar early on, Dark Templar, and try to do some damage with them. Certainly a good move. Usually though the Protoss will put down Observatory, so the Templar, I think, is more useful to establish map control. Or you can position your Templars in a sneaky place and wait for the opposing force to move out and then try to sneak it into the main and do some damage, something like that. I don't think he's going to try for any sort of direct attack with the Templar, like basically basing his game on the Dark Templar drop. And that epic probe, still alive, still scouting, still with the 1 kill, positioning itself over the cliff there, over Free's base. So very nice work here by Jaehoon. Looks like this might be one of his on days. We shall see, though. We shall see. Robo Bay going down now for Free. He did get his Observatory first, as is usual. Jaehoon putting down his expansion, so Free needs to see this. He's going to be able to see it with his Observatory. That's the useful thing about Dark Templar. You position a few Dark Templar around and usually makes the enemy think twice before attacking. They're going to have to bring their Observer out, and if you can snipe the Observer, they're going to get seriously annoyed. You can then put down your expansion in relative, or as much security as you're going to get. The other alternative, of course, is to sort of turtle in with Reavers. That's, I guess, the more traditional approach. I think Dark Templar can be more flexible if used correctly. It's just significantly more difficult to use Dark Templar than Reavers, since all Protoss have quite good Shuttle Reaver Micro. Although some players have absolutely astonishing Shuttle Reaver Micro, like Stork. There was this game against, I think, Haya in the OSL round of 16, where basically all Stork did was use a single Reaver Shuttle to destroy Haya. That was all he did. It was almost like a pro versus amateur game. The single Reaver took out pretty much all of Haya's economy and units. So rather embarrassing for Haya. Looks like Free pushing out with his forces. He also put down his expansion. This might be a longer PvP. Well, we'll see. The second base is not necessarily that unusual. If they go to additional bases, then that might be a longer PvP. In fact, I can't remember the last time I saw a PvP that was on like 3 or 4 bases. Just epic clashes in the middle with Dragoons, Zealots, Templar, Storms all over the place, Archons. So I sort of missed that sort of action. Maybe this game will turn out to be something like that. Looks like Free is pushing out with his Dragoons. He doesn't have any Zealots. The Dark Templar coming in here, forcing Free back a bit. So yeah, that Dark Templar, pretty nifty to keep one in your army. Especially if your opponent doesn't notice, Dark Templar can get extra kills. Looks like Jaehoon might be thinking of coming. He's backing out. Not going to attack with that Reaver in defensive position for Free. Jaehoon has Templar out, advantage of his early Templar archives. Storm is a great counter to Reaver, so nice job here by Jaehoon. I still think it would be wise to get his own Reavers. Reaver 2 can make big difference in these large engagements between Dragoons. 2 Reavers out for Free. He's massed up quite a few forces there. I don't see a shuttle for some reason. Surely he's got a shuttle for those Reavers. He probably built those for defense first, so he's probably building a shuttle right now. I would hope so, because Reavers without shuttle can't do attack. In fact, they're not even really that good on defense either. Easy to pick off. The Observer here for Free, getting nice scout here at the natural. It's going to be able to dart into the main, I feel, and try to see what's going on there. It might even see these Templar. That's what he needs to see. The probe glitching out a bit there next to the gateways. Free is going to see that 7 gateways are coming out for Jaehoon, so he needs to respond in kind, basically, or focus a bit more on Reavers. 8 gateways, in fact, coming out here for Jaehoon. Jaehoon, I'm not even sure he has a Robo Bay down. Now would be a good chance for Free to get Dark Templar 2. No Observers, not so great. Jaehoon with a probe here. I guess this is still a scouting probe. the Dark Templar here for Jaehoon, trying to sneak past. Not going to happen. Getting intercepted. Shadow finally out for free. He might be thinking of launching some sort of attack or perhaps applying a bit of pressure. That Shadow, unfortunately, without speed, is going to suffer against the High Templar storm. Surely these High Templar have energy for 1, maybe even 2 storms. Observatory finish for Jaehoon. I think Jaehoon's going to be fine in holding his defenses as long as he doesn't screw up. His scouting probe sees this. Jaehoon's part of his army is getting a little caught out of position. I think Jaehoon's going to be able to back that up without too much trouble. And he might be trying to put his Dragoons on top of the little hill there at the expansion at the 3 o'clock to defend, whereas Free might decide that this is the opportunity to go for all-out assault. I don't know. Certainly, when his opponent's forces are split like that, might be a good idea. And Free with the observer scouting ahead of these Dragoons, but his Dragoons coming out anyway. There are no Dragoons for Free, and Free is his one Reaver is forced to drop, the second Reaver is forced to drop. Basically, the shuttle goes down. These Reavers basically completely useless and worthless. Free getting caught out of position, not looking happy there at all. He could not afford to lose those 2 Reavers, especially considering he has no attack. Now these Dragoons are caught in a sort of a narrow choke point there. Doesn't look like Jaehoon managed to inflict maximal casualties. Free fortunately has his own High Templar now, so I think he's going to be able to defend. Jaehoon might decide to use this opportunity to either attack or put down an expansion. I think he's going for the attack. He morphed like 8 gateways, warped rather. I think he feels fairly confident about his troop advantage. Free using the high ground here. Unfortunately, he's getting pushed off the high ground by all these Zealots. It doesn't look like he has enough Zealots of his own. Free forced to pull back to his natural. He better have some Reavers there or something. Tons of Zealots streaming for Jaehoon. Jaehoon playing very well this game. Free not playing very well at all. Let's see whether there are storms. Storms coming out. Storms all over these Dragoons, forcing Jaehoon back for now. But Jaehoon, after absorbing some of the damage, probably will decide to go in again. He unleashed his own storms on Free, not quite as effective, mostly because Free doesn't have nearly the same number of units, but Jaehoon's army is just overwhelming and is going to overrun Free at this point. More storms coming for Jaehoon, and I think this is GG for Free. Free with excellent storms this game, unfortunately, just not enough. He's going to lose his natural base, it looks like. So, good game by Jaehoon. If Free didn't lose that shuttle rather pointlessly, he would have been fine. Going on to set 3.